Hey guys, how you doing? Oh, it's been a while since I recorded a video. Um, a lot has happened. Um, but before I get any further into that, I do want to address the last video I posted. Um, I was actually dealing with an emotional conflict in the sense of I was down. Um, which is natural. There are times where I'm feeling uppity up, high, nice, how I'm feeling now. And then there are other times where I just feel kind of low. I was wrong about some of the things that I said. Well, one or two things. I'm not sure how much. But I did mention my emotional breakdown that it happened in 2015 the first time. Wrong. Happened in 2013 the first time. And has it happened since 2017? Amen, amen, amen. Yes. Got my shit together. Um, Understanding and acknowledging that being diagnosed, sorry, that's my cat, being diagnosed as schizoaffective is both a borderline between depression and bipolar. It's both essentially. I am so much better since those episodes, and I'm striving to continue to progress. So, with that out of the way, this is my ode to one of my favorite cartoons, Avatar, The Last Airbender. And we don't talk about the movie. We don't do that. Anyway, I remember when the cartoon premiered, I was in my early 20s and decided that it was my favorite cartoon at that time. One of them. I have a list. I just say, let me rewatch it because I've been rereading some shit, rewatching some shit. The mind of the early 20-year-old to the late 30-year-old turning 40 this year. How you doing? I'm ready for 40. Thank you very much. Yes, I am. With that said, I decided to rewatch from the very first episode to the last. And it was amazing. There's so much to say about the characters. Iroh has my heart for the rest of my life. Like Iroh was everything. He was the shit. He experienced what he experienced and he learned from it. And the picture of his son that they showed, my heart melted. I loved everything about it. I loved the animation. Michael Dante DiMartino, I believe that's how you say his name. He didn't write all the episodes. However, he was a storyboard editor for every fucking episode. This was his baby. You understand? So enough respect to him. He made me proud. I love the development. I love the everything about it. And then there's not really one favorite character that I have, because even though I shout out Iroh, every character, everyone had something that was worth looking into and questioning and observing. And the first one I'm going to start with, because I'm not going to start with all of them. I'm not going to do all of them. It's just, there's no way I'm going to do it that way. I'm lucky I remember their names. And yeah, I hate that too, but Anyway, let's start with Aang. And the reason why I like Aang is because he was honest. He was very honest in a way that some of us, we aren't. When Aang was mad, he was mad. When Aang was sad, he was sad. And even though he had a point where he was trying to forget his emotions, to be the adult, or mature. And I put air quotes because it's something that we're all told, like, man up and all this bullshit. No. When you're mad, you're mad. When you're sad, you're sad. Say what you have to say and keep it moving. And let us know that as long as we know that you're not coming from a harmful place, you're not being aggressive because you're a mean or vengeful person. You understand? When he was upset, he yelled. He spoke with an attitude. But his friends, they got over it. They let him have his time. So I really do admire him for that. I do. I like the way that he was written because he wasn't, he was frozen for 100 years. He didn't go through the transition from child to teen to adulthood to so on and so forth. He's a child. And just that innocence, again, another thing that blew my mind. You know, even though I will for the rest of my life watch cartoons and anime and so many other things, that was just it I love that innocence. I respect that innocence because he's a child. And the weight of the world was on his shoulders. And let's wait. Let's back up just a little bit. We're talking about kids. Yes, I think Toph is younger than Aang, but for a while there, Aang, he's still a kid and he's the avatar, and there are so many adult situations that he had to address. All of them just to maintain peace. The avatar, the firebender, Ro, I think that's his name. I may forget his name too. Let's see if I come back to that one. But him, the firebender, he had years of training. Aang only had a year. 1 year. 1 year to learn 4 types of bending. Like, are you... Wow. And then we have, because I'm going to keep it real right now, I'm not a feminist and I'm not an SJW. I have my reasons. Might post that in another video, but we'll see how that goes. Anyway, Katana. I want to let you know, when they went to learn waterbending from the waterbending master, Katana was considered master potential in comparison to Aang. And again, he's not a waterbender. He's an airbender. Okay. And she has been studying. However, look at that. That's a female. So females have had representation for many years. People just weren't looking in the right places. And that's my opinion on that. And it has not faltered and will not falter because I watched it. Come on now. But anyway, Katana was interesting because she was soft-hearted. And she loved Aang. I knew she cared about Aang. And that natural type of love that she had for him, the way she cared for him, was amazing to me. It was just amazing. Sokka. Woo, Sokka. At first, when I watched it when I was younger, I would say, he was there for comic relief, but he was more than that. He was definitely more than that. He came up with the ideas. He came up with a lot of the plans, and they worked in his favor. Worked in everybody's favor. He was amazing. But if anything, children, these are kids. These are youngsters. Youngsters that had to go to different nations to help balance, to recreate the balance that was overtaken by the Fire Nation. I even love Zuko's transition. Amazing character. And yes, I do have a favorite episode, and it is the one with the dragons because, I have a love for dragons. It was a awesome episode. And I remembered, you want to get out, Chase? BRB. Go. Go, go, go. Sorry about that. I had to let him out. So anyway, the episode with the dragons, that was the fire. It was such a beautiful episode. Plus, I like fire. I'm not saying I like the Fire Nation. I mean, I like to see fire. Does that mean I'm an arsonist? No, not an arsonist. And if I did have a choice to be a bender, even though with my zodiac sign I'm considered an airbender, I would have I would like to be an earthbender. I would like to be an earthbender because she didn't wear any shoes. I'm not saying, I know that was for a totally different reason because she's blind, but I like that is with your feet. It's something, I love feet. Well, I have a love for feet. I mean, there's no harm in feet. I mean, take care of your feet. I take care of my feet. I mean, I haven't lotioned it, but it's okay. You ain't seeing my feet. And I got shoes that cover up my feet, so I'm good. But anyway, I did enjoy it and I feel a solstice. Wrong word. I feel uh I feel complete because there's so many things that's been happening to me personally that it's adding on to my growth in a phenomenal way. And I experienced rewatching The Last Airbender, just that. Just different characters. These were children, children. Children that were the logical thinkers, that were the fighters, that were the protectors. Everything about the last Avatar, The Last Airbender was amazing, especially the bending. Oh my god, it doesn't matter. Although earth bending is my favorite, fire bending was beautiful, air bending was beautiful, water bending, all of it was beautiful. And the bloodbender episode, jeez Louise, that was serious. Wow. But hate is hate. And what I love the most about it is that even as children, they knew they had the right to think for themselves. They were thinking about what was right for them as a nation to heal the world. They knew why they needed the Avatar. The Avatar helps maintain balance. The Fire Nation needed to be corrected. I mean, they were taking over. What the fuck? But I had a good time. It was really worth it rewatching it. And even though I had so much on my mind to share about it, I think just the main point is it wasn't for nostalgic purposes that I watched it. I watched it over because I didn't think I had seen all the episodes. I actually bought the Blu-ray last year in Best Buy before the pandemic, of course. And no shit, before the pandemic. I did buy it last year, and I was nervous to watch it because, again, I was putting more pressure on myself, which I do, but I'm getting better. Trust. Will I understand it? Am I ready for this? Do I really want to learn another lesson? But I watched it for enjoyment, and I enjoyed it and still got a lesson out of it, and still hope to promote peace, love, and balance. Because when I'm angry, I'm angry, and when I'm sad, I'm sad. When I'm upset, and I'm upset. I'm not asking for you to really understand why, and I'm generalizing it. But I'm not asking anyone to like fully understand why I feel the way that I feel, as long as I understand it. And if I share it with you, talk to me about it or just let me feel the way that I feel. Because we have the right to feel. And that's why I enjoyed this show. Because there were so many different feelings. There was so many different emotions about situations that were going on around them. And they handled it with care. So if you haven't watched Avatar: The Last Airbender, please watch it. It's his baby, and I enjoyed it to the very end. It was very like at one point I had to gather myself. That's the word, because it was a little too much for me. But it was worth it. It was worth watching it, to the point that I couldn't finish any more than 2 episodes a day, which I like that. To me, it's binge watching is not my thing, at least not anymore. There's so much other shit that I can be doing. Like, I crochet, making videos, playing video games, reading books, which I suggest anybody that like Nick Offerman to check out Gumption. Very, very good book. Like, I am loving this book. I'm also reading, what's the name of the book? It'll come back to me. But I just started reading that, a book by Dick Gregory, with one of my homegirls. I'm missing a lot of books. After I finish Nick Offerman's book, Gumption, I will go back into Lord of the Rings. I'm up to the Two Towers. I already read The Hobbit and The Fellowship of the Rings, which love both of them. Right now, The Hobbit is my favorite. And yeah. But movie-wise, Return of the King. And the books are way better than the movie, even though I still like the movie. So that's all my sharing on my ode to The Last Avatar. Wrong words. Avatar: The Last Airbender. And we'll see my next video whenever we see it.